And welcome to another update on BTC. We are currently tracking still here on the daily chart this ongoing A-wave correction for which we don't really have a strong confirmation that it's complete. It's my thesis though that the B-wave should start shortly. Maybe it's already started, but then this would only be recognizable on the smaller time frame really. I can identify a 5-wave move up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the idea is that soon we should start the B-wave pullback. And that 5-wave move up from the April low does support the idea that the market could take us higher towards 130k plus over the coming months. But maybe we get this B-wave pullback first. I mean, someone asked me earlier today, could it be that Bitcoin never gives us that B wave? Yeah, this is of course possible. I explained that in detail in some of the previous updates. There is no guarantee for a pullback, right? It's more like if it shows, well, then there's an opportunity. But the trend is up due to the 5-wave move up. Bitcoin hasn't broken below any critical support levels in recent months. This was of course a deep pullback, but that support area here, specifically where the price reacted around the 50% retracement, well, nothing really broke, right? Nothing really broke, and this was the standard support zone for this pullback in a wave 4, and it wasn't even deeper than expected. I mean, it certainly, at least when we have a wave 4 potential, and then we are up here, then we have to be ready, at least from a mental point of view, but actually also from a financial point of view, that this pullback could start. These levels always show the risk. So while this level, especially the 80,200 level, shows the risk at the moment, doesn't mean the correction has to play out like that. It just means that a pullback in a B wave is quite likely at this point, especially because the move to the upside is technically full in this A wave. So yeah, waiting here for evidence that the market is starting that B wave. First indication would be a break below this swing low from Monday, located at 100,850 US dollars. So until we get a break below that level, really there is no strong signal here, specifically on the daily chart there isn't, that we have started a pullback. This looks like high-level consolidation. I cannot rule out another high. But I've been telling you that for a week now, and really in that week nothing has changed. So yeah, I can also not add much to the analysis at the moment, but it is what it is. We had these periods of consolidation already around the 11th of April, and then here around the 28th, 29th of April. So let's also take a look at the shorter time frame for BTC. Yeah, and here you can see now the two pathways. There's a short-term bullish case and a short-term bearish one. This is simply a sideways consolidation. Really sideways. So you could call it a bullish pennant. I don't know. It doesn't really look like a pennant. It looks like this sharp pullback already set the stage for a decline, but the market isn't ready to commit yet. Okay. So again, my thesis is this A wave has topped. I will not rule out another high. We need to be ready for it at this point. The trend hasn't clearly turned to the downside yet, but I think the risk is high, and the market might just be setting up for this larger decline. So we topped here in this A wave, and this might be an A wave down, B wave, sideways triangle. So I'm going to zoom in, show you that in detail, how a triangle could look like. A wave, first leg of the triangle, corrective move up, done. B wave, corrective pullback. C wave, all corrective. D wave, all of them done. And this could now be an E wave, yeah, for which there isn't really a minimum. I mean, it is enough to show a small bounce. So that's why I said in one of the updates earlier today on Discord, that the E wave might be nearly done. However, to keep this downside pressure alive, the market should stay below that last high at 104,540. Certainly must stay below 105k. And the downside breakout would be confirmed with a break below the red line at $100,740. But also there is some support here, so pay attention to this area as well, between 101,200 and 101,640. So yeah, this is the short-term bearish count where maybe even tomorrow or early next week we might see a pullback. Now, you can also see the yellow count, which is the short-term bullish one. The levels that obviously need to hold in the white count, if they get broken, they are the confirmation levels for the yellow count. So in the yellow count, we can consider here a diagonal pattern to the upside, in which a wave 2 might have bottomed on the 15th of May, and then we are now in a third wave up, but it would just be an ABC structure, and it's choppy, and it's just not super clear at this point. So I do not necessarily believe the yellow count will play out. I do not trust it. I'm leaning towards white, and I can only prepare everybody for that pullback. Just pay close attention to the price. I mean, it could literally break down every moment now. That doesn't mean that there is a decent short trade setup, but yeah, I mean, we have very clear validation points. Yeah, so especially the 105K level. But this is simply a triangle. Triangles often represent indecision. So it could very well break out to the upside, but then it takes a break above 105K to confirm that. So yeah, for now, a weekend of indecision so far, which is typical for a Saturday. So if you're interested in additional updates, if you're interested in chart analysis, discussions around charts, if you want to ask questions, check out our live stream tomorrow. Our member live stream happens at 5 p.m. or we run it at 5 p.m. UTC every Sunday. Check it out. You can join the membership here on YouTube or on the website, or you just hang around and watch the videos. That's fine as well. I wish you a great weekend, a great Sunday. And yeah, thanks so much. Bye-bye.